Today on Aussie Arovos, we're back in the bush, exploring New South Wales mountain regions. There's mud, there's rain, but there's also plenty to look at. So join us as we explore the Barrington Tops. We start today back at Bago Bluff where we left off with Tyler. He gave us a few good recommendations that we're going to check out today. Our first stop is a place you probably wouldn't expect to find in New South Wales, but it has to be one of the most spectacular natural wonders we've seen on this trip. We had to ditch the Forbies and complete the 641 step descent down to the base of this incredible site.
So we're here at Alum Falls, the second tallest waterfall in the Southern Hemisphere. The camera doesn't do this thing justice, but it is absolutely insane. I've never seen anything like it. Like, you think, oh, maybe in like America, South America or some other country, but like in Australia we have some of the best waterfalls in the world. Absolutely incredible.
So the breath's taken away both literally and figuratively. It was back up the 641 stairs to the Forbies as we hit the dirt in search for more of New South Wales' hidden gems. One of these awesome spots was Pottery Falls, a hidden swimming hole that looked like something out of a tropical island travel brochure.
Oh, it gets deep.
But after our swim, it was back to the tracks.
This track's bringing back PTSD. I don't understand how the tracks up here can be this overgrown and there's no signage, there's no anything. Like, we just come from a pretty major attraction and it's just like the roads fall into disrepair and there's nothing about it.
So after adding some more scratches to the cars, we eventually worked our way out of the old forestry tracks towards the town of Gloucester for a quick resupply before heading up to the Barrington Tops. It wasn't until nightfall that we reached camp up in the cold mountains, and Liam was quickly into whipping up a hot meal.
Hey, you are Jamie Oliver.
Looks pretty close to Mum's.
It definitely felt a lot like home being back up in the mountains, so we're keen to see what tracks we could find.
Alright, we're in the Barrington Tops. It's cold, it feels like home, and we're on our first track of the day. This is an unnamed track out here, but it's definitely a lot muddier and clayier out here, so my first time really doing some muddy tracks on my new tyres, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, got the tyres aired down now, and then yeah, gonna get straight into it and explore the Barrington Tops, so let's go. Oh, and I didn't mention, it's gonna rain like 90 mil of rain today, so yeah, it's gonna be fun, so let's get into it. We're back in the mud. We haven't done mud actually in a long time. I mean, we try to avoid it honestly because the cars don't love it. But up here, high altitude, wet, it's unavoidable really.
Opting to go around the mud hole, as a sensible driver should.
But it wasn't long until we were back out of the Forbies and on the hunt to find a very funny looking rock.
That's pretty random.
Alright, so we've came looking for this very peculiarly shaped rock, and we found it. And this is like one of the main attractions pretty much in people coming to Barrington Tops. And you can probably see why, it looks like a knob. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's actually like very big though, and the one on top is just sort of like, not balancing, but yeah, it looks like it's just sitting up there. So yeah, definitely pretty interesting. I mean, it's interesting, regardless of what it looks like.
And then we were back out on the tracks to see what else we could find.
Yeah, the patrol. Mud bogger.
I'm gonna go first gear low range, just because I don't want to dent anything on my right hand sides. You probably have to take a second run up at it. I reckon a little bit more mumbo. I can see my diff slowly clearing the road in front of me. Grading the track for the next poor bloke on 33s. Alright, final attempt, 80. If you're not getting up now, you're winching up. Alright, I reckon we'll winch there. Always helps having someone that can help winch you out of these things.
I could have gone for second and really mumboed it to get up here, and it probably would have done it, but the winch is safer. No, I'm not going to accidentally bash anything or panels or whatever. It's just the safer bet. And I mean, I rebuilt that whole high mount winch, put it on the front, so it's no point carrying it around with me the whole time if I'm not going to use it, so may as well use it. You can see where my diff was getting caught real bad.
Scrapey scrape.
But yeah, more and more doing these tracks, the clearance. I don't want to go to 35s, but it's like, it's annoying not having it.
And the next section of the track, the mud got even worse. Even just trying to stick to the track was a challenge.
Oh, now I'm stuck. I couldn't get out of the ruts. It's like I'm on train tracks, like I'm just stuck in the ruts. Oh, I made it through. I thought I was gonna have to winch there, far out. That is boggy as.
Oh my God.
And now, it was my turn.
It is, oh God, extremely muddy. It is just like slop. Now I'm going to try and stick in this right line because Liam had real hard trying crossings. That worked better.
But just as we got through that challenge, another one arose.
You're kidding. Oh no.
That's really annoying. Gotta drive back through all that.
Yeah, there's no winching this. There's no getting through that.
This is sort of stuff, unless parks come and clear this as well, like this will just close the track forever. Even though it's rotted out, I'm not even going to bother trying to winch it. We don't have a saw anywhere near big enough to try and cut it. So we're going to have to turn around and did everything we just did back the other way now.
We weren't too keen to be driving through all this mud in the first place, so having to drive back through it wasn't fun, but it had to be done. And by this point, the cars are well and truly filthy.
Just fetching a pail of water to wash my car because I can't see anything, the window's going up and down, so.
We were both a bit over all the mud, so we decided to go check out some of the lookouts.
You're kidding. We haven't done well with lookouts this trip, have we, Liam?
Oh, I've seen a few, but...
Oh, it's rolling in.
While the vision wasn't great, it was really cool to see the mist and the cloud rising through the valley. We then travelled deeper into the Barrington Tops and were surprised to see the amount of feral animals inside the national park, those mainly being brumbies and pigs, and their presence was very obvious.
It's just ironic that this is the national park because the horses and the pigs have absolutely trashed this place.
We continued along the track until we reached Junction Pools for lunch, and we got to see some of New South Wales high plains. We then crossed over to Little Murray Campground to where we'd be setting up camp for the night.
Alright, so We made it to a campsite where there's a bunch of wildlife, kangaroos jumping around, and brumbies that float through every now and again. Paddy's doing some video editing because that's one thing we've got to sort of keep up with while we're on the road. Now you'll see for this setup, Paddy sort of situated himself nicely so he can edit. He's got the awning and everything. But we are expecting a lot of rain. They've actually issued a weather warning for New South Wales and I think parts of South Queensland as well, up to like 200 to 300 mil of rain. You'll see my car's actually set up over near the little information board because I'm going to set my swag up on that high point, which is on a bit of concrete, under the information board, because I figure that I'm a bit protected from the top, and if it rains and like floods, my swag's sort of up out of the weather. So hopefully that works out. But we collected a bit of wood in the state forest section so we can have a nice little fire to keep warm because it is cold up here. And yeah, we're going to settle in for the night, just sort of hang out and see if this rain comes through anytime soon.
Alright, so it's raining a heap. We're all hiding under the awning. I've been doing some video editing on the laptop because we need to put out a video this weekend. And Lean's over here cooking on the cooking station. And yeah, it's the fire's going out there, just Lean's been feeding it so it's alive. But luckily, sort of got a little bit of space to hide under. What's on the menu tonight, Chef Liam?
It's a chicken korma curry. Pretty basic. When you just buy the jar stuff, it's just chicken, potato, sweet potato, carrot, broccoli, cauliflower, and a little bit of onion. Easy.
Alright, we've woken up to a very wet and cold morning in the Barrington Tops. It rained pretty much all last night. Luckily we didn't get too wet and we were able to pack up this morning and yeah, start to head out of this place because it is just very muddy and just... If we do tracks today, it's not going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of winching and just mud and yeah, tearing up tracks really pretty much. So we'll probably give it a miss.
Alright, so that's the Barrington Tops now done. We're going to start making our way a bit further south. But yeah, it was cool to check it out. It's definitely a different place. It does remind me and Paddy a lot of the high country back home. But yeah, fair bit to see. And yeah, got to do some tracks as well. Get the cars all nice and muddy, which is a bit of fun. And didn't break anything, so always a win. So yeah, I suppose we're going to keep moving south, and yeah, we'll catch you in the next one.
After airing up, we continued south to Lithgow, but unfortunately our trip will be cut short due to weather conditions and park closures. And that brings us to the end of our big trip to Queensland. We got to see some awesome places and make some great memories. We'll definitely be coming back soon.